Well, g'day, and on whatever day of quarantine this is, yes, someone said, are you growing a quarantine beard? I wasn't really, I was just busy, but I thought that's not a bad thing, actually. Anyway, today I want to talk about leadership, and leadership in times of chaos is slightly different, obviously. Leadership in times of chaos is something that has to be stepped up. So when leadership to me is different to management. Management's about people that are competent and productive. Leadership is more the other side of the coin. Leadership is more about passionate and focused people. So in the times of chaos, getting your people focused is probably the biggest, most important thing you could do. If we really sit down and start to think about what we should be doing in times of chaos like this. Oh, thanks for typing in where you're at, gang. Good to see we're in the UK and New Zealand. For those of you who are new to what's normally drive time, but I'm not getting in the car these days, please type in where you're at so we know where you're at. Okay, let's get back to these 5 things we need to do for leadership. So first and foremost, if you understand that leadership is about creating passionate, focused people, you got to understand that the first thing you have to do is give them something to focus on. Give your people something to focus on, whether it be an upcoming event, a webinar, whether it be a goal, whether it be a challenge, whatever it is. What you've got to do in times of chaos is give people something to focus on, and not so they're not going to look at the negative all day, every day. You got to give them something positive. I know in all 9 of our companies right now, and I'm pretty open to say, one of them is fully shut down. Our restaurant in the Wynn Casino is fully shut down. We have no choice around that. So we don't see it as shut down, though. We see it as preparing for reopening. So we're preparing to open. We believe we've got about a month to prepare to be opened. And that's just what we got to do. Our other businesses, we have pivoted all of them to at least survive. Some of them are thriving, but most of them are just in survival mode through this period. And so, I know everyone's struggling through this thing, and some are flying through this thing. Our cleaning business is doing much better. But then again, all of the gyms and offices that are shut down, we've had to pivot that and go into really high-grade commercial cleaning. So wherever you're at, I understand it. We're staying focused and going to be positive. So what your focus needs to be in this next period is X, whatever it is, but you've got to give your people something to focus on. Even if focus is on planning for when we reopen, even if focus is on study whatever you need to for when we reopen, even if your focus is whatever, but you've got to give your people something to focus on during this. Second point of what you've got to do in leadership during chaos is you've got to be the most passionate, positive person in the room, okay? You just have to be. There's no other ways around it. You have to be that leader. You have to be the one that keeps everyone focused and keeps everyone passionate, keeps everyone excited, and gives them the great things. I know in our daily huddles for ActionCOACH, we literally, everyone has to come on and tell us something good that happened today just to keep everyone's morale up. Because it doesn't matter what's going on out there in the world. If you can keep everyone in your company focused and you can keep them excited, then you're doing your job as a leader. Your job as a leader is to keep them focused on something and keep them passionate and excited and at least upbeat in what's happening with what you're doing. Third thing you got to do as a leader is you got to be the planner, all right? You've got to start looking at the plan. You can't just wish we would get back to normal. There is no back to normal. This is the new normal, okay? We've got 30, 60, 90 days of this thing. So whatever that number is, hopefully it's a matter of weeks. Maybe it's a matter of months. But generally, I'm thinking it's more like a matter of weeks before we get through this whole crisis. When you sit down and you start thinking, well, what is the plan? If people are turning to you and looking to you and saying, well, what are we doing? You've got to have a plan. You as the leader must have something to share with them and say, this is what we're doing. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to change. You need to be the one out there with the plan. It's kind of like, I remember as a kid watching that TV show, The A-Team, and there's always the guy that had the plan, and that's actually what we need to be thinking about as leaders is what is the plan going forward. And if you're struggling with a plan, please reach out. My ActionCOACH team around the world are giving away 5 hours a week of their time to help 5 business owners find out what they need to do. So if you need help jump on actioncoach.com, find one of the coaches there. We are perfectly willing to help every business owner that needs help. If you haven't watched my crisis averted videos, they're both on YouTube. There was one from 2 weeks ago and one from only a couple of days ago. You'll see the tonality difference in the two of them, because 2 weeks ago, we didn't know what was going to happen. Today, we know what's going on with this thing and we know what we've got to do, and we just have to prepare a plan to get through it. So make sure you do that. Thanks for typing in where you're at, everybody. I really appreciate when you do that. It helps me know where I'm reaching around the world. I like to know that at least when I'm doing these things, it's adding value to people. Fourth thing you got to do when, as the leader, you've got to be the first one to make change. You've got to be the one that shows people that change is happening, change is there, by you doing things differently, by you doing new stuff, by you changing the way you're doing things. If they see you change, then they're willing to change. If they see you trying to do the same old, and you're asking them to change, you can't expect people to change if you're not doing things differently. You know, I literally had to set up a TV studio here in my home office. Tomorrow I finish filming. I've filmed 10 segments, 10 half-hour segments on how to get through this coronavirus thing. I'm going to give them to you for free. In a couple of days, I'll get it out to you. But the team is working, and we've had to repurpose a bunch of people. No, your job now is you're setting up this new website. But I have never done that before. Congratulations. Here's your new job. You know, this is what's going on in this world. I don't know. It's crazy and crazier, but that's the thing. And just one suggestion to everyone. Get very clear on learning what this new government regulations are. Every government around the world seems to be doing things that, except for Mexico. I don't know why Mexico is not doing anything, but they might. Who knows? Here in the US, we're doing stuff. In Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand. I know in New Zealand, our business in New Zealand, the government has already got money to us, so helping us pay 80% of the salary of our employees there. It's phenomenal what the New Zealand government has done. So listen, keep learning. Final thing that I've got to say to you as a leader, keep yourself fresh. Keep yourself up. Don't burn the candle at both ends. The first probably 5 days of this, I noticed myself just getting beat up because I was working 12, 14 hours a day, trying to homeschool the kids at the same time with my wife doing the thing. Because those of you who don't know me, we got 5 kids on homeschool. Oh my God, it was crazy. Anyway, take care of yourself. That's the final thing I want you to do as a leader. Take care of you. Keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself upbeat, whether it's meditation or exercise or something. Keep going out there, gang. Be the leader you need to be. This is what we're doing for the next little while. Let's keep learning and keep growing. Take care and bye for now.